Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today's topic is going to be Gregg Williams and why I think he's a little bit overrated. But before we get started, I just want to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So now that we got that out of the way, let's jump right into today's topic, which is Gregg Williams, the new defensive coordinator for the New York Jets. He was with the Browns last for 2 years in 2017 and 2018, took over as an interim head coach, but then after the year, the Browns decided to go with Freddie Kitchens, and Gregg Williams came over to coach with Adam Gase. He's essentially the head coach of the defensive side of the ball, but are we exactly sure that he is fit for this job? What I wanted to do was take a look at Gregg Williams' defense over the last 5 years and give you some of the numbers in terms of how they ranked in the NFL in terms of yards and points. So we'll start with yards. Last year, the 2018 Browns ranked 30th in the entire NFL, so essentially almost dead last, 2 teams away from being last. In 2017, the Browns were ranked 14th overall, a much better year. The best number on this list was his last year with the Los Angeles Rams, when he had a 9th ranked defense in terms of yards. The 2 years prior to that, they were 23 and 17th overall in terms of yards. So obviously what you want to do on defense is limit the amount of yards and then also limit the amount of points, which is what we're going to talk about next. Going in reverse order, so from this past year, working our way back to 2015 with the Rams, he was ranked in terms of points 21st, 31st, 23rd, 13th, and 16th. So it's pretty average to mediocre numbers. This isn't like a top tier defense in terms of yards or in points, and for any of them in the last 5 years. He just had one top 10 in either category, and that came with the Rams when he was 9th in terms of yards allowed. This Jets defense last year was 29th in points and 25th for yards, so obviously he's not working with a whole lot. Granted, some of the defense changed. You brought in CJ Mosley, but you also got worse in some other areas. I'm going to continue talking about Gregg Williams' numbers defensively before I start bringing this into the Jets, so just bear with me. Maybe you don't like either of the stats I provided. Maybe you're not much of a defensive rankings by points or yards. How about DVOA? A lot of people like that stat, so I'll give you that in reverse order, working our way back from 2018 to 2014. His teams were ranked 12th, 16th, 15th, 9th, and then 9th again. So obviously 14 and 15 with the Rams, pretty solid. Top 10, good. Everything else, okay to mediocre. And another thing that he does that I don't like is he plays the safety 30 yards off the ball. Now, obviously, he's not going to do that with Jamal Adams, but he might do that with Marcus May. And why I think this is extremely risky is because the Jets don't have a ton of secondary depth. So just putting someone way, way back there and then rushing a blitz, I think you're going to be prone to getting beat over the middle of the field, which, I mean, that seems like something the Jets always struggle with, getting beat over the middle of the field with tight ends. And now you're playing Marcus May 25, 30 yards off the ball. You know guys like Tom Brady are going to pick up on this and just feed their slot receivers over the middle of the field. That seems like how the Jets are going to get beat. When it comes down to it with Gregg Williams, you know him because of his quotes from Hard Knocks, and you know him because of Bountygate. As a defensive coordinator, he was okay. He wasn't great, but he was okay. And a lot of people are expecting him to be great for this Jets defense and to have them in one of the top defenses in the league. And if you look at this roster, they're not going to be a top defense in the league. They're probably going to be in the bottom third of the league in defense for the second year in a row. I think they're probably going to be ranked between 20th and 30th, the bottom, like I said, the bottom third. They don't have a ton of talent at the cornerback position or edge rush, and those are two of the most important positions in football. You have to be able to get to the quarterback, and you have to be able to cover. And the Jets secondary is weak outside of Jamal Adams. Marcus May is banged up, and if he's playing 30 yards off the ball, he's not going to have any impact. Jermaine Johnson's banged up, and he was terrible last year when healthy. Darryl Roberts is your number 2, potentially your number 1 corner if Jermaine Johnson goes down. Brian Poole's okay. And then after that, Cryon Brown, he's banged up. Who's going to be the next man up after that? This is a really weak cornerback class, and it's going to struggle. Because this Jets defense, the only way they can get pressure is by blitzing a ton. So yeah, they might get some sacks, and they might create turnovers, but they're also going to be susceptible to getting burned down the field. And the good teams, like when they play the Patriots, and when they play the Steelers, and when they play the Eagles, they're going to get burnt to a crisp. It's not going to be pretty to watch. I think this defense is pretty overrated. I don't think they're going to be all that good this year, and it starts with the defensive coordinator and his schemes. I hope he proves me wrong. I really do, but just looked at the facts. I mean, the Rams had much more talent. The Browns had much more talent overall on their defenses, and he put up okay numbers as a defensive coordinator. I don't know why some fans are expecting him to have this as like a top 10 unit. They're just not going to be anywhere close to that. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know a little bit of a hot take, but let me know. Or you can get at me on social media and yell at me there, at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more New York Jets content. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll talk to you guys next time.